Right now I'm the Senior Vice Commander for Post 10131 in Cape Canaveral. The reason I went into the Air Force to begin with is I was majoring in beer drinking and chasing women in college. And it was an absolute going nowhere thing. And I was completely confused. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I talked to a recruiter, an Air Force recruiter, when I got out of the high school. And this guy's comments to me stuck with me. And I remembered that guy's comments to me for 2 years before I finally, after realized I was doing nothing in college, and I jumped into the Air Force. Boy, I put that uniform on and it just fit me and everything. And I love the discipline. I love the structure. I mean, everything. It's just something that I just really enjoyed it. I just really loved the heck out of it. So when I finally retired, I realized that I wanted to pay back the government, the military. I just wanted to pay back that help that I had the fortune to have, and it was all because of the military. That's the reason I volunteer, is because I have that passion to pay back the great time that I did have, the great career that I did have. Well, the reason I joined this post is primarily for selfish reasons, because it's so close to my home, and also to belong to a veterans organization, any veterans organization. That was something that when I retired, that was certainly something I had a strong desire to do. The other reason I wanted to join the post was to give back to the community and give back to the military, because the military certainly treated my family very, very well over the 30 some odd years that I was in. Well, sitting around watching TV is something that, I mean, you grow old and get fat and probably be dead in a couple of years. I mean, it's just, there's no, that's something I just don't want to do. One other organization I belong to is the Military Officers Association at Cape Canaveral. Just last year and again this year, what we're going to do is we're going to be handing out 10 $5,000 grants to students. And it's impressive to see the caliber of students that actually submit their application. There's some incredible students out there, I'll tell you that right now. I tutored math for 15 years. That's one of the passions I always had as well. I just enjoyed helping out students, because mathematics and algebra and calculus and physics, you can really struggle with that stuff. And I'm not saying I'm an expert at that, but I certainly think that I helped a few students out there. So it was just something I just really enjoyed doing. I also volunteer at the Air Force Space and Missile Museum. It's located, we are the, I call it we're fortunate to be able to be so close to a location where they're launching rockets on a regular basis. In fact, I just did about 10 minutes ago. And the Air Force Space and Missile Museum is the history of the Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. I got an interest in the USO when I was actually deployed overseas, and I spent a lot of time in the USO tent, and really enjoyed it. And I thought, boy, these people are just fantastic. So when I came down here and found out there was a USO started up, a brand new one, and so I just had to jump in there and give that back as well, because they certainly helped me out when I was overseas as well. You know, I don't consider myself a recruiter to try and tell people, come on, you got to go in the military. You know, and that's just not, I don't think I am, but I certainly am a resource for people that, you know, if they want to know about it, I'll do that. But that's the reason I volunteer, is because I have that passion to pay back the great time that I did have, the great career that I did have.